Tonight on Jaded Nights, see what happens as we recap the exploits of the idiots in the news. And later, see how Mullet Man just can't get enough of campus. This time around, he's showing us what staying fit means to the mullet. Stay tuned to find out who made my infamous Shhhhh hit list. Is it you? And don't disappear just yet. Stefan Hall is waiting to blow us away with a special musical guest performance.
All I gotta say, it's another jaded night. All I gotta say, it's another jaded night. Another jaded night.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We took a short break after our successful live show, which I know you all showed up to. So we're back now after spring break, ready to kick back, relax, and have some fun time. We've got news, we've got the top 10, we've got mullets, we've got everything you could possibly want. So let's start it off with, let's see here. Oh yeah, Tim's sit down stand up. Every show, I'll take on a hot topic that's scorching the airwaves and make it a bit more entertaining and easier to wrap yourself around. This week's topic for your viewing pleasure is Brett Favre's retirement. Now, everybody in Green Bay was very, very sad to find out that Brett Favre retired, and most people found out about 5 seconds after it happened because, you know, we're all Packers fans. Sadly, I have to admit to you all, I found out from a Vikings fan. This is why I really didn't believe it in the first place. I couldn't believe that Brett Favre actually retired, and that a Vikings fan would be the first to tell me. But the amazing thing about this whole situation is it was covered better than 9/11. I could not believe it. Every station that you turned on had Brett Favre retires. There was Brett Favre, a history. Brett Favre, the golden years. Brett Favre, steroids? It was unbelievable how much coverage there was. It was better than 9/11 because people actually knew what was going on. And then next day you had the press conference, it was really sad to see Brett cry, and you know, it was very emotional. But the weird thing was, it was on channels that don't even normally cover sports. Like on the radio, Razor 94.7 was covering the Brett Favre retirement. I don't really know what football and hard rock have to do together, but apparently they thought it was a winning combination. And, you know, then we go to SportsCenter, which is, you know, covering Brett Favre. Was he really the greatest? Brett Favre, what's he going to do next? It was like 10 hours of Brett Favre on ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN Classic, and probably ESPN 8. What? No, I want to know like what the sports teams are doing. I don't want 10 hours of Brett Favre coverage. Now, don't go off and kill me. I am a Packers fan, but really enough is enough. I mean, it was, you know, then they've got people talking about, oh, well, Brett Favre's going to be really good for the sports booth. Did anyone listen to that press conference? Brett Favre is not going to be great for the sportscasting booth. He's a great football player, yes. Great for the sportscasting booth? Come on, guys. I even heard rumor that the Counseling and Health Service was going to send out an email saying, you know, if you need to be consoled during these hard times, you know, please come to the Counseling and Health Services and we can help you out. Seriously? Who's doing that? There's people at my dad's work that were taking days off because they needed a mental health day to get over the Brett Favre retirement. Really? Is it that important to you? Granted, he was a great player. He was an amazing player. But come on, no one is really that good. That, my friends, is today's sit down, stand up. Hope you enjoyed it. Please don't kill me. Aw, thank you for the one person who clapped that is apparently not a Packers fan. All right. As you probably know, Mullet Man has become kind of a pest lately around campus. With unexpected outbursts and that terrible haircut, he is a walking disaster. Let's take a look at his latest attempt to ruin campus fitness for everyone.
Hey ladies, what do you think you're doing?
We're stretching out to get in shape.
Getting in shape? You guys have to worry, you got great shapes.
You're
I think I'm gonna go now. I think I'm gonna go too.
What? You're getting along so well. Shapes. You know what? I've got a great shape. I should help other people get in shape. I'm gonna start my own aerobics video. Check it out. Welcome to my aerobic show. First, let's get some inspirational music. Kick it. All right, that's great. That's hard. I'm not gonna do that. How about we do some exercises I do on a daily basis? First, go over here. Thanks for sticking with me. First up, we got some average everyday Doritos. Now these little babies, here's what we do with these. That's one Dorito. Two Doritos, I don't know if I can do any more. That's enough to get me satisfied. Come on, got another one to do. All right, for my next trick, I'm gonna need an assistant. Come here, Tom, help me out. Yeah! Tom's got spirit, that's what we need. Okay, Tom, put the stick where it's supposed to be. Here's how we do it. Beef! Good. Good stuff. Beef! Good. One more time. Beef stick! Good stuff. That's what we need to do. All right, Tom, way to go. That was terrible. One more time, Tom. All right. All right, next up, we got one more thing. Let's go. For this one, I'm gonna need an assistant too. You'll see him in a couple of seconds. This is my infamous man hand. He's just around. So here we go. Our next trick has donuts, my favorite dinner. Here we go. That was a great meal. I don't even want that one. A couple donuts is too much. All right, come on over here. We gotta finish this up. Thanks for sticking with me here today. All you gotta do is follow these easy instructions, tips, little exercises I showed you here today. And you'll end up fit like the mullet. This is your way to a bigger, fuller mullet. Thanks for sticking with me. Now I gotta hydrate.
I don't know who to feel sorry for. Mullet Man for getting shown the door, or everyone in that room for having to stand next to him. It's a tough call. It's a coin flip. All right, but right now, it's time for the news. Oh, I have a headache. Oh, it's so funny. All right, here we go. In New York, a man following his GPS system was led onto some train tracks complete with oncoming train. I don't know who is dumb enough to do something like that. This is Darwinian evolution at work, okay? If you can't realize that the road gets suddenly bumpy and there's a big thing that's blowing a huge horn coming straight at you, maybe you just deserve to have your SUV chopped in half by an oncoming train. I just think that's work. Like if your GPS told you to jump off a bridge, just saying. A Virginia legislator has introduced a bill to ban rubber testicles and other genitalia from vehicles. All right, I gotta ask, was this a problem in Virginia? Like, did this happen more than once? Because rubber genitalia? Who's doing this? Well, if you remember back in the day when we did the state mottos, Tim's Top 10, we didn't cover Virginia's, but I took a look at it. So Virginia's state motto is, who says government stiffs and slackjaw yokels don't mix? I just think that's perfect for this situation. Alrighty, at the University of Michigan, 11 plants believed to be marijuana were confiscated by the police from the university's greenhouse. How do you miss 11 marijuana plants? How is it even, how? Do you think, well, it's kind of pointy and it's shaped like marijuana? No, it can't be. How stupid do you have to be to miss that? Well, in an unrelated note, 2 officers are under investigation for robbing a convenience store near the University of Michigan after getting a severe case of the munchies, and they also demanded Visine. I don't know, our producers just thought we should mention that. Just kidding. In Washington, a man was charged with false reporting when he had his friend shoot him in the shoulder so he wouldn't have to go to work. Talk about hating work. Something tells me quitting would have been an easier way out. Maybe take a sick day, some vacation. I don't know. How desperate do you have to be, though? And how stupid of a friend do you have to be when someone goes up to you and goes, "Hey, Billy, yeah, I really need you to shoot me in the shoulder so I can get out of work today." Okay. Wow, that's genius. This probably happened in Virginia. And finally, in India, a newborn girl survived a disastrous birth when her mother unexpectedly delivered her in the toilet of a moving train. All I gotta say was, I'm really sorry it wasn't a boy, because they totally could have named it John. Get it? See, because John is toilet. No, never mind. Whatever. Alrighty. Isn't it great when other people do dumb things? It gives us something to talk about and more things to add to my shit list. Here we go. Today we are talking about people who go on vacation over break. I had one of my friends talk to me. He goes, "Tim, I really don't know where to go on vacation over break. I'm debating between Florida or Jamaica." And I just didn't know what to do. When somebody asks, what are you supposed to say? I mean, I'm just thinking, I really want to kill you and take your money so that I can go on this vacation. Because the rest of us in Green Bay have to do things like work or... what's the other thing we're doing? Work. We don't have time to go on vacations over break. For some people, a vacation over break would be like going to scenic lacrosse or Lac du Flambeau, I mean, it's a vacation. How do you afford something like that if you're not working? It doesn't make any sense. Why? I mean, granted, I know it's the 1 week that you get time off of school, but how can you afford going to Jamaica for like an entire week? You're poor college students. You survive on ramen. You can't afford things like this. It doesn't make any sense. Besides, you're missing one of the greatest days of the year, St. Patrick's Day. I mean, how could you can't celebrate St. Patrick's Day in Florida or Jamaica. It just doesn't work. I mean, do they have green beer there? I don't think so. Oh, but I had a great time over break. It was really cool, relaxing in Green Bay, doing work and more work. So the rest of you that went over to Florida and Jamaica and Paris, welcome to the list. Oh, great. Well, it's always funny when people do dumb things, and dumb things are happening to other people. Hey, better them than me. Anyway, how would you like to be rewarded with free stuff by watching TV? I know I would. Well, all you have to do is visit us at www.uwgb.edu/channel20 and then email us with at least dos topicos that I talked about today. When we get your email, your name will be entered so that you can hopefully win big. You could win coupons for free food, shirts, and other prizes. And if there is a single campus student out there who hates the word free, you know what? I'll probably just explode. Literally, just bang! But since that isn't likely, go to the site during this commercial break, right now. All right, everyone, welcome back to Jaded Nights. It's a good thing I didn't explode because then there wouldn't be anyone here to interview our next guest, Stefan Hall. Stefan, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Welcome.
Good to see you.
Sorry to say I haven't taken any of your classes yet, so this is my first time meeting you. So
You're missing out. You're missing all the good jokes.
Well, I have to ask, what brought you to teach here at UW Green Bay?
Well, I could give the wonderful, glorious answer and say, I wanted to come to Green Bay, where it was cold and all that. Being from Tennessee,
I believe that.
But basically, this is where the job was. And so I got up here, and actually, I like it now. But I came up here basically because this was who hired me. So.
That makes sense. I got in here because this is who accepted me.
There
so that
you go.
Works out.
Yeah.
That works out great. So what classes or what subject areas do you teach here?
I teach humanistic studies courses like Intro to Humanities or Medieval Values. which is what I'm teaching this semester, the medieval values. Intro to Humanities every semester.
So what sorts of things do you learn in medieval values?
Well,
it seems like a really interesting one.
It sounds like a wide open topic. Actually, when they told me you're going to get to teach, English courses and these strange courses like, medieval values, I thought, well, gosh, I can basically teach anything, just as long as medieval, and we'll talk about the values in that. But this semester we read some Old Norse things. Very different value system than what you find in modern America.
Would make sense.
We're going to read some Arthurian stuff, which in a way forms the backbone of a lot of sort of modern thought about love and romance and chivalry and things like that.
Stuff I wouldn't know anything
Right,
about.
it's still around though.
It's still around. Okay.
I bet you've held at least one door for a woman sometime.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So those sorts of things. I like to pick the sexy topics that, get students to sign up for the courses rather than just the boring stuff.
And a lot of music too, right?
Yeah, I do incorporate music as much as possible into the courses, the humanities courses, and also I've been teaching jazz guitar lessons here at
Cool.
Green Bay.
Well, anyone that's been in your classes can really see that you're very musically inclined. So I have to ask, what instruments do you play?
I play guitar.
Nice.
I try to play the lute. I bring the lute to class. It's a Renaissance instrument, but I don't play it very well.
Well, how did you get to play the lute? That's normally one of those things that when you're, I really want to play the lute,
No, this is actually a funny story. One was handed to me, and when I got the job, they said, "Can you play the lute?" And I said, "I don't know. I don't have one." And
that
they
was
said,
part of the interviewing process,
"Here."
huh?
I thought, "Oh man!" And just to get the thing in tune, I mean, it's got about 18, 19 strings on it.
Jinkies.
Guitars is only, got 6 strings. So the 18 or 19 strings, I didn't even know what to do with all of them.
I wouldn't either.
But I worked that into class when we're talking about medieval and Renaissance music. It's a period instrument, so.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And you say you also play some jazz guitar, right?
Yeah, I'm not good at any other kind of guitar. I play jazz guitar, and whenever I try to play country or folk or rock, it just sounds awful. So I stick with what I'm good at.
Awesome, awesome. Well, when we come back after this commercial break, we'll have Professor Stefan Hall play some jazz guitar. So look forward to that. We'll be back right after this here on Jaded Nights.
Oh, shucks.
Bad grades? Feeling down?
Molly? Molly! Molly, where are you?
Losing friends?
Try sleep!
Getting enough sleep is essential for good health, mental and emotional functioning, and safety. Exercising regularly and avoiding caffeine, sugar, and alcohol before bedtime can help you get a good night's sleep. If your sleep problems persist for longer than a week and are bothersome, or if sleepiness interferes with your daily functioning, call the Counseling and Health Center at 465-2380.
Shorewood Golf Course, located on the UW Green Bay campus. Stop on by to work on all aspects of your game at this beautiful 9-hole golf course. Need supplies or accessories? Visit the Pro Shop. If you're hungry, check out the weekly specials at the Shorewood Restaurant. Students, you can save 20% on food and beverage when using pass points. Visit Shorewood Golf Course at UW Green Bay, your home for great golf and great food. Stop in today and play around.
Thanks for staying with us here on Jaded Nights. Now it's time for my favorite part of the show. You guessed it, Tim's Top 10. This week's Top 10 list is actual aviation maintenance complaints and responses. It seems very boring at first, but I actually got this in an email from one of my cousins. See, after every flight, Qantas pilots fill out a form. It's called a gripe sheet, which tells the mechanics about problems with the aircraft. The mechanics correct the problems, document their repairs on the form, then the pilots review the gripe sheets right before the next flight. Never let it be said that ground crews lack a sense of humor. Here are some of the actual maintenance complaints submitted by the Qantas pilots. The pilots are marked with a P, and the solutions as recorded, as marked with an S, by the maintenance engineers. Always remember that it takes a college degree to fly a plane, but only a high school diploma to fix one. All right, here we go. The top 10 actual aviation maintenance complaints and responses. Here we go. Number 10, problem, dead bugs on windshield. Solution, live bugs on back order. See, this is the part where our studio audience laughs and participates in the show. Or not. Okay, number 9, problem, something loose in the cockpit. Solution, something tightened in the cockpit. All right, that got a couple more chuckles. Good, good. Number 8, problem, IFF inoperative in off mode. Solution, IFF always inoperative in off mode. Number 7, problem, friction locks cause throttle levers to stick. Solution, that's what friction locks are for. Number 6, evidence of a leak on the right main landing gear. Solution, evidence removed. There we go. We got a couple more laughs. We're doing good here, folks. All right, number 5, test flight okay, except auto land very rough. Solution, auto land not installed on this aircraft. All right, number 4, target radar hums. Solution, reprogram target radar with lyrics. 3, problem, aircraft handles funny. Solution, aircraft warned to straighten up, fly right, and be serious. No one liked that one, that's okay. Number 2, problem, mouse in cockpit. Solution, cat installed. And the number 1 top 10 actual aviation maintenance request is problem, noise coming from under the instrument panel sounds like midget pounding on something with a hammer. Solution, took hammer away from midget. And that was this week's top 10. Hopefully we'll do better next week. We'll see. Well, that just about does it for us here at Jaded Nights. But before we sign off, check out this week's Nipple Tweak O' the Week.
Yowza!
Oh, that really looked painful. I'm glad it wasn't me. Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody who came in tonight for Jaded Nights. I'd like to thank our guest, Professor Stefan Hall, for banging out some sweet notes on us on that guitar. Could never do that. I'd like to thank my producers, the TV crews, the technical directors, the directors, and everybody else that's involved in Jaded Nights. Hey, one more thing. Remember to check out our website, www.uwgb.edu/channel20. Come up with at least 2 things that I talked about, and you get free stuff. It's as simple as that. Next week, we'll be back with better humor, better guests, and a new host. No, not really. I'm here for the rest of the semester. Sorry, guys. Have a good week, everyone.